Edgar Allan Poe was an American writer, poet, and editor whose tales of horror and intrigue are celebrated the world over. Though he was born in Massachusetts in 1809, Poe found himself an orphan by the age of 2. He was taken into the home of Scottish merchant John Allen, who brought a young Poe to live in London in 1815. The family lived in Stoke Newington in Hackney, and for the last 3 years of that decade Poe was educated at the Manor School on Stoke Newington Church Street. Stoke Newington was then only a village 4 miles north of London. Though the school is now gone, some features still remain today, most notably Abney Park, which would later become a cemetery, and which Poe would have seen every day as a child. Poe once described Stoke Newington as
a dreamlike and spirit-soothing place, that venerable old town. At this moment I feel the refreshing chilliness of its deeply shadowed avenues, inhale the fragrance of its thousand shrubberies, and thrill anew with undefinable delight at the deep hollow note of the church bell, breaking, each hour, with sullen and sudden roar, upon the stillness of the dusky atmosphere in which the fretted Gothic steeple lay embedded and asleep.
Much of Poe's written work is Gothic and deals with issues surrounding death, madness, and remorse. His works are often described as being part of the dark romanticism genre and are obsessed with the fragility of the human psyche. Not far from Stoke Newington, on Lower Clapton Road, there is a popular ghost story which could easily have inspired one of Poe's dark stories. What is now a residential complex, the Mothers' Hospital stood in this spot from 1884 to 1986. The story goes that nurses on the verge of falling asleep would feel a sharp tap on their shoulder, but when they jolted awake, no one would be visible. Rumour has it that a nurse on duty was cradling a baby late one night when she nodded off to sleep. Slouching forward, she smothered the infant and awoke to find him dead in her arms. Stricken with remorse, she killed herself. Her ghost is reputed to have haunted the Mothers' Hospital to ensure no one else ever made the same terrible mistake.